express different states of motion with respect to speed time graph. Means we are going to understand how in different states of motion the graph when plotted against speed with respect to time looks like. So to show speed time graph we need again a table and some points which will be plotted on the graph, and then we'll observe what kind of graph we see in the different situations. So the very first situation we are taking here is situation of rest. So since our path is straight, so if we say velocity time graph or a speed time graph, it will be taken similar. Now take care, we have to plot what is the speed of the object at different interval of time. So first situation we are taking here rest. Now as per rest, the body will have no speed, then only it is at rest. So suppose when I started my watch at 0 second, the speed will be observed 0. So at 0 second, 0 meter per second speed. 1 second, 0 meter per second. 2 second, 0 meter per second. 3 second, 0 meter per second. So you can see here the time is passing but the speed is not gained because the body is at rest. So if we take the points 0 second, 0 meter per second. 1 second, 0 meter per second. 2 second, 0 meter per second. So these points we have got with the help of this table, and those points will be shown on the graph. Now again, this horizontal line is taken for time, and here vertical line is now taken for value of velocity, magnitude of velocity, or you can take speed also. So here 0 for this line 0 second, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, and so on. And for this vertical line 1 meter per second, 2 meter per second, 3 meter per second, 4 meter per second, and so on. Now when we plot these points on this graph, 0 second, 0 meter per second, so this point will show the both the location, 0 second, 0 meter per second also. Now 1 second, 0 meter per second, 1 second is this, but 0 meter per second will not be found because when we go up we'll get some value of speed, but due to rest we cannot have any speed. So 1 second, 0 meter per second, 2 second, 0 meter per second, 3 second, 0 meter per second, and so on. So now finally when we plot these points, we are getting all the points on time axis only. So what does it mean? That means whenever you draw a speed time graph of body at rest, we are always going to be the line time axis itself only. Why? Because speed is not there. So in case of rest, time axis itself acts as a graph. So it is a line graph. So whenever you see the points are shown on the x-axis, that is time axis, that means that part is showing that body has zero speed. So this is the situation of rest. Now moving to uniform motion. Now again recall the facts related to uniform motion. During uniform motion, body has some value of speed, but whatever you are observing on the very first moment, the same speed will be observed throughout the journey. Then only it is called uniform motion. Since path is already straight and the speed should be also fixed, constant. So suppose here we are taking a speed of 4 meter per second. So suppose I am starting in my watch. So 0 second, some speed will be observed obviously because of uniform motion. So I am observing the body has got a speed of 4 meter per second. Now this same speed will have to be continued as long as the body is doing uniform motion. So after 1 second also I will observe the speed 4 meter per second only. After 2 seconds 4 meter per second only. 3 seconds 4 meter per second only. So in this way what are the points we are going to get here? 0 second 4 meter per second, 1 second 4 meter per second, and so on. Now it's time to plot the points. So 0 second and this 4 meter per second. So 4 we have to go up because this is the axis for velocity, magnitude of velocity or speed. So 4 meter. 1 second 4 meter per second. 2 second 4 meter per second. 3 second 4 meter per second. So now when we join these points with a line, we are getting a line graph. But again it is parallel to time axis. It is parallel to time axis. At what unit? 4 meter per second. Why 4 meter per second? Because we are considering the speed of the object as 4 meter per second. Somebody can take 6 meter per second also. So in that situation, the graph will go parallel only, but at a distance of, at a unit of how much apart? 6 meter per second apart from the origin. That means somewhere here from 6 meter per second. So in this way, whenever body is doing uniform motion, the speed time graph always is a parallel to time axis and always in the shape line graph. That means it's a straight line passing parallel to the time axis at a particular unit. This unit means this is showing that the speed is constant. At different interval of time, speed is not changing because this height is showing the speed of the object, which is not changing. Now, after comparing these two graphs and the previous knowledge about distance time graph, sometimes a confusion comes in the mind of the students. That there also in the DT graph we get a situation in which the line goes parallel to time axis. But that situation shows about rest. But in DT graph, the parallel is showing rest, but here the rest is shown in this situation. And there, uniform motion, here it is coming parallel. But in DT graph, it comes inclined. So please be careful about that. So I have taken two graphs here. One is DT graph and one is VT graph. So just have a look of difference. Here it is showing that with respect to time, the distance is fixed. That means position is constant. So this situation represents rest situation. But when this parallel comes, when we are plotting VT graph, so now this parallel, that means this value is showing that velocity, magnitude of velocity, that means speed is constant. And when the speed is constant, it is a situation of uniform motion. So whenever you see these two type of graphs, always see whether it's a DT graph or VT graph. Otherwise, if you treat both the lines are although parallel and treat it as the same thing, it will be wrong. For DT graph, it is a rest. For VT graph, it is a situation of uniform motion. Okay? So just have a look of, take care of that in your mind. In case of velocity time graph for uniform acceleration, we know that for uniform acceleration, the speed value keeps on changing with a fixed value. It can be increasing, it can be decreasing. So here right now I have taken acceleration of plus 3. Means the body speed is changing by the value of 3. Plus 3, that means it's increasing. And accordingly, we have made a table. What is the table here showing? Suppose at 0 second. Again, when we have started our observation, suppose we are observing speed 0. That means the body is observed at rest. But it can have some value of speed when our observation starts. That we'll discuss later on. Right now I have taken the body starting its journey with rest. So for rest, what is the speed value? 0. Since the value of acceleration is 3, so that means by 3 it has to change. So after 1 second, what the speed will be observed in the object? 3 meter per second. After 2 seconds, again to increase by 3, the body has acquired how much speed? 6 meter per second. Then after 3 seconds, 9 meter per second. After 4 seconds, 12 meter per second, and so on. So what are the points we are getting here? 0, 0, 1, 3, 2, 6 and 3, 9. Now it's time to show on the graph. Now observe this graph carefully. First of all, we are going to plot these points. So this is the 0, 0. Now 1 second, 3 meter per second. Can you get this height? This height is showing the speed of the object at particular time. So 1 second, 3 meter per second. Then 2 second, this much height. This much height is showing 6 meter per second. 3 second, 9 meter per second. 4 meter, 4 second, 4, 9, 12 meter per second. 5 second, 15 meter per second and so on. Now when we are taking this point and joining this, we are getting again a line. But this line is not parallel, it is inclined to time axis. After getting the graph, which is a line graph inclined to time axis, we are going to understand some very important basic concepts related to this graph. First, when we are drawing the graph, we are getting an angle which is formed by time axis. Now here this angle or slope represents the value of acceleration of the object. Now here I have written theta. Now slope, that is equal to theta. Theta is taken as acceleration, and as we know, the acceleration is the ratio of change in velocity upon time interval. Means in what time interval, what is the value of change in magnitude of velocity. So this ratio is known as acceleration, and that acceleration graphically represents by this angle. How come? So just have a look. This angle is again perpendicular by base mathematically. So this perpendicular is showing final velocity, and since this is the situation of body at rest, so here the initial velocity is taken 0. So v minus 0, that means this length will be taken as v minus 0, and the time will be this. So this is showing the change in velocity, and this is showing the time. So change in velocity upon time, that is perpendicular by base, gives the value of this angle, and change in velocity by time is the value of acceleration. So we are finding the value of acceleration. So first point, we have to note that this angle shows the acceleration of the moving object. Like somebody is interested to find out, and again since it is a uniform acceleration case, so if you find the value of angle by taking this as a change in velocity or this as time, if somebody wants to take this as a change in velocity and this as a time, the value is not going to change. So take care of that, because it's a uniform acceleration situation. Uniform acceleration, value of acceleration is not going to change. Suppose somebody is interested for this interval of time. So what you have to take? At t2, suppose the velocity you are observing v2, and at t1 you are observing v1. So what you have to do? Don't worry anything about that. For this interval also you are going to get the same acceleration. Only you have to take at t2, the velocity is, suppose here it is v2 is taken as final velocity because it is being observed later on, and for t1, the previous time we are taking the velocity v1, that is that we'll take as initial velocity. So what can we take there? v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. So this period of time we will also get the same value of acceleration. So how can we show graphically? So for that, this length is showing v2 minus v1, and this length is showing t2 minus t1. So this by this, and again according to mathematical notation, these are parallel lines and these are corresponding angle. So corresponding angle never changes, they are always same. So here whatever value of theta you are getting this side, the same value you will get here. So v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. That also will give you the value of acceleration. So this slope is showing your value of acceleration. Take care of that. And graphically you can find any velocity later on as final velocity and the previous velocity as initial velocity, and just note down the time and then find out by this ratio change in velocity by time. So this is the formula for acceleration. Now another fact related to uniform acceleration. We can get the distance traveled or displacement of the object. Since the path is straight, so we can take distance or displacement, but it is a value of displacement which we can calculate with the help of this graph. How can we calculate? So mathematically the value of displacement is equal to area under VT graph. Means suppose this is the graph and we want to know that how much distance displacement has been done between the time period t1 and t0 or t2 to t1. So suppose t1 to t0. So you find out the area of this region. Suppose this is what kind of shape we are getting here under VT graph. This is a VT graph part, and this is the we are plotting, because we had always According to mathematical knowledge, you always find the area of a closed figure. So just under VT graph, we are going to close this figure. Now what kind of shape we are getting here? Triangle. So you apply the formula of area of triangle, half into base into height, you are going to get the value of displacement. Somebody wants to know from T0 to T2. So then you have to take this much as a triangle and then you find out the area. This will half into base into height. You will get the value of displacement. Now somebody is interested for between this T1 and T2. So for this you have to take this part only, area of this part. If you observe this carefully, you are going to get a trapezium. Trapezium, as you know, it is a shape of, it is a quadrilateral in which two sides are parallel, and formula for trapezium is there, so you can find out with that. So whatever shape you are getting under VT graph, you find the area of that shape, that will give you the value of displacement for the motion. So another fact we have to take care of, that displacement is always under the area which is be found under VT graph. So we'll use in the numericals or in any other questions. Now third one, I have made a graph again. Here we can show, I can show you that the line I have not taken from this here T0 from 0. I have taken somewhere from here. So this graph is showing that body has already acquired some velocity, some magnitude of velocity or the speed when the observation has started. That means here I have taken initial velocity 0. That means the body I have taken at rest. But it's not necessary that the body is always taken at rest. It can be observed when the body has acquired already some value of magnitude of velocity. So in that situation, suppose the body has got a speed of 5 meters per second when I started my observation. So this will not start from 0 because the body has not 0 speed, it has some value of speed. So I will start from 5. So here I have shown this height. This height is showing that body has acquired some velocity at 0 second. That means when I started my observation. So in that situation, when the body has already acquired some value of speed when the observation has started, then it will not rise from or here, it will rise somewhere from here. But still it is a line graph. Now, how will I show acceleration here? Then again you imagine a line parallel to time axis and again the slope is there, which will show you the value of acceleration. Now again somebody is interested to find out the displacement of the object during this T0 to T1. So T0 to T1 you have to find out, you have to enclose a area of this shape and then find out the area. According to the formula shape of the graph, you will get the formula, and if you find out the area, you will get the value of displacement. Somebody is interested between T2 to T0, then you bound this figure whole and find out the whole area. Somebody is only interested between T1 to T2, then you only bound the area between T1 and T2. So it's your choice that between what interval you are interested to know the value of displacement. Now, if we consider about the velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration, in which the value of acceleration for each interval of time will be different. So obviously it will affect the value of speed, and the increase in the speed or decrease in the speed will not be a fixed one. So for example, I have taken 0 second, 0 meter per second, that means at rest again we are considering. After 1 second the speed we are observing 5 meter per second. That means acceleration speed has changed by 5. Here, after 2 seconds, the speed has become 8. So, how much value has been changed in 1 second? 3 meter per second square. That means the acceleration value is now 3. So, that means previously it was 5, now 3. So, in this way, if we take the different value of acceleration, suppose after 3 seconds, the speed we are observing 10 meter per second. So, here suppose plus 2. So in this way, if we plot the points 0, 0, 1, 5, 2, 8 and 3, 0, 3, 10 on the graph, it will look like this. And finally, when we will join these points, we are going to get a curved line. So that means for a velocity time graph for a non-uniform accelerated body, it always comes a curved line. Okay, now it's time to recap. I have just drawn a graph of any object. Now, in the various part of this motion of the object, we will analyze that which type of motion is observed in which part of time interval. So, starting from this 0 time to t1, here you can see a rising straight line graph is coming. So what kind of motion is being shown here? Uniform acceleration. Then from part t1 to t2, you can see the line is going parallel to time axis. That means what kind of motion has been shown here? Uniform motion. Then from t2 to t3, the line is coming straight but going down. This means this is showing a case of uniform retardation where the value of speed is continuously decreasing with a fixed rate. It's a decreasing case, like when you apply brakes and all. Then between T3 and T4, again the line has become parallel. That means this is showing that the speed is not changing for this interval of time. That means again it's a case of uniform motion. And finally, again it's coming down and meeting to the time axis. That means it's a uniform retardation again, and finally it is the body is coming at rest. So in the various part of this graph, you can observe different types of motion. Now one more fact we should recapitulate here. Suppose somebody is interested to know how much distance has been, displacement has been taken place in the movement of the object from the journey, in the journey between 0 to t1. So what you have to find out? Area under VT graph. So since our VT graph is here to here, so we'll just enclose this figure and we'll find out the area. Here you can see it's a shape of a trapezium. Now somebody is interested for between T1 and T2, how much displacement has taken place. Then you find out only this part area, which looks like a rectangle. According to the formula of area of rectangle, you can find out how much displacement. Suppose I have shown by S2. Now somebody is interested between 0 to T2. Then what you have to do? For the total displacement, you have to add S1 and S2 area, which will give you the value of total displacement between 0 to T2. Somebody is interested between T2 and T3. Then you have to find out the area of this shape. You have to enclose it by drawing it line, boundary. So suppose you are finding area as 3. So this is showing the displacement during this time. And so on. Further journey also you can calculate the total displacement. So for whole journey displacement, what you have to do then? Then find out the area of this part S1, then S2, S3, suppose this is S4 and this is S5 and add it all. Then you will get the value of the total displacement of the object. So in this way we can find out displacement of the whole journey or part of the journey. Now for acceleration, suppose this is the accelerated part, we will just draw this slope. This will give the v minus u and this will give the time. So v minus u by t. For this, now we have to find out for this part. So for this will be taken as u, this will be taken as v. So v minus u. Here you are going to get a negative value and the time will be this t3 minus t2. So this part, whatever value of time will be there, that will be considered for value of retardation here and so on. So you can find out from the graph total displacement by finding the area under VT graph, and then for acceleration you have to find out the slope, and the slope will give you the value of changing velocity upon time. So this will be taken as final velocity, this is taken as initial, so v minus u will be this part upon time. So this is the recapitulation of the whole VT graph. Thank you.